Jordan Casino, where elegance and excitement meet on the Las Vegas Strip. 877-632-7000 for room reservations, or follow them on their social media fronts of facebook.com/Mandalay Bay and twitter.com/Mandalay Bay. All right, we're back from commercial now, and we're joined by UFC bantamweight Jessica Evil Eye. How's it going, Jessica?
Man, it's great now. I mean, after I've already weighed in and started to eat a little bit of food and got my water back in.
What'd you have?
Is your belly full and happy?
Oh, it's a little bit. I'm ready for dinner now. That was just like the water and stuff like that. And I love coconut macaroons, so like I smashed a bag of coconut macaroons after I was done.
Now I'm hungry.
What was the first thing you did? Pedialyte, water, what?
I don't do Pedialyte because I've actually read some studies about it. Like, it doesn't help you the way that it should. So I do like this Rehydrate drink that I take through Advocare, and then we do coconut water and then regular water.
Oh, so you've yet to eat solid food. Mm-hmm. Oh, you said the coconut.
Well, the coconut, but like the Rehydrate is like is more of like you're gonna get your aminos and stuff in there. Like Pedialyte can help because it helps your electrolytes get back up, but it has other things in there that help keep your muscles from deteriorating or eating each other. And then I had regular water too.
What's gonna be the post weigh-in meal of choice?
Italian. We're off to Giuseppe's. Or Zeppe's over on Durango. Yeah, it's actually Marcus, my coach, his real good buddy, owns the place over there. So we got like 35 people we're heading over there with.
Durango and what? Do you happen to know?
I have no idea. This
it's
is my
on,
first time in
I feel
Vegas.
like I've driven it. Really?
Yeah.
First time in Vegas? Ever?
Well, I've
Or
been
just
here
fighting?
I've been here one other time when I was doing an appearance with Chico Stick, and I was literally from the airport to the Paris hotel, did my appearance, left the very next day. So I didn't really get to see
That don't
anything.
count.
Yeah, right? So this is like my true first time, and then we'll definitely come back again.
You like it?
It's different. I mean, I'm a Midwest girl, so it's just like a different kind of lifestyle. So it's neat to come and check it out. But, I mean, I'm a Midwest girl. I'll always stay in the Midwest.
Are you a restaurant connoisseur? Like, I mean, it sounds like you're doing pretty good with a place called Giuseppe's. Like, if it was named Eric's, you probably wouldn't want to go like an Italian restaurant, right?
Right.
I think you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, I definitely, like, I'm a food guru. So, like, even when I'm, like, anywhere, like, I use my Yelp and, like, I look at stuff and read the comments and
How
stuff.
far down do you go? How many comments?
I go pretty far. Like, I do that. I feel like I want to read even the
Be
good
fair,
ones and bad
right?
ones. Yeah, you have to.
Do you
know?
leave comments?
No.
No.
No, I know. I probably should, but I'm just one of those creepers that look at the comments and don't really say anything.
We had you on the show a while ago. It was after your Gurgel fight. We had a good chat with you, and immediately when I was done, I texted your manager. I go, hey man, she gets it. She knows how to balance the respect towards the other opponent, but also some smack talk. I really liked it, And you told us about growing up and being a tomboy. I think even playing some football with the boys, and
well,
stuff like that.
Just life. For me, it's like crazy. You know what I mean? Like fighting for me has always been something that's kind of normal because I was always the one running with the boys. So.
And it was probably a lot easier to talk because I know you and Zoila at the time kind of had a little heat, right?
Yeah, and it's crazy because, like, I know she trained with Alexis up to this fight, and even after one of my previous fights, she had made comments about coming up to train, and I'm actually kind of glad I never let her come up to train. Like, I mean, we obviously squashed the beef, but, I mean, I'm not accepting application for new friends.
You got enough friends?
You know what? It's different for me. Like, I have a couple of my, like, female friends that I'm fighting that I'm kind of cool with. But I have a great group of Puerto Rican, Italian girls that are with me all the time, and they're great.
They're fighters, or they're just your friends?
No, they're just my friends. Like, I have a really good, solid group of friends outside of fighting that, like, I don't need fight female friends. Like, I've got very few. Like, Sarah McMahon's obviously one of them, and Kelly Warren is another one of them. And then I've made a couple of them here and there that we've been acquaintances with each other. So,
I made the mistake of assuming you were a 25er because of that fight with Gurgel, and so I figured you were just fighting at 35 because there was a way into the UFC and that you might get outsized. But now that I'm seeing you, do more stare downs, press conference, all that, I'm noticing that you're a solid 35er.
You know what? I think that people thought that, like, 25 was, like, easy for me, and it's never. I mean, you guys, it was terrible for all them years. Like, I made it work because fighting, that was the only way I could fight. That was all that I had an option, and in the order I've gotten, I'm 27 now, and, we've kind of geared my training a little bit. We've done a little bit more lifting and stuff like that. So, like, I feel better at 35. I mean, I had to cut weight today. You know what I mean? I had to cut 4 pounds this morning when I woke up. You know what I mean? Like, and I think to myself, like, how did I ever make it to 25? And then I went, okay, I ate 2 egg whites in the morning and nothing for like 6 hours. So like I wasn't I was running on a half a tank. Now I feel like I'm running on a full tank.
But to be fair, I mean, you look great at 25. That's for sure.
Yeah,
It's not like we could say, boy, she ran out of steam. I mean,
it's that will to.
At 5 seeds, I'm always thinking.
Hey, I'm gonna keep that. 35 just makes me even meaner. Makes me even more evil.
hey.
I like that. So you had a chance to look into Alexis Davis's eyes. What'd you see?
I'm that Mike Tyson style stare down. Like, I'm gonna see if you're gonna turn away from me. I'm gonna see if it's uncomfortable for you to look me in my face. And my dad always taught me that. As I was a little kid, like, anytime we got in trouble or anything, like, he'd be like, look at me when I'm talking to you. You know what I mean? He's like, and that's when you know someone is like emotionally, like, if they're into you or if you've got them. So, like, looking into her eyes, like, I mean, I don't know if she truly broke, but I didn't look away first, and I'll never look away first. I never look away first. I will stare at you until you look away from me first. I don't care if I got to walk backwards down the steps.
I know one person you couldn't outstare, though.
Who?
My little Jack Russell Terrier.
Yep.
Oh.
Those guys are the kings, man.
love
Kings
those
and
animals.
queens.
Best
'Cause
stare downs.
they somehow, when they log down, they stare and stare and stare. Finally, you just have to turn away.
Like, oh, my gosh. Okay, you win.
No, but as far as humans, no, I did notice that when you guys were posing, you kept that stare for a while, even like about a half second or second after, but you just explained it. It's not like there's beef or nothing like that.
No, it's my way. There's no beef. There's never, honestly, no female. My dad have always taught me this, like, you never let anybody know they got your goat. You know what I mean? Because then they know they had you. Like, no matter what in this sport, like, I will always put up my fists, and I will always fight. I don't need to argue with you to make you an object of my emotion. Fighting's fighting. Let's not make it anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what I know. That I get it. The fans want to see it. The fans want to. I mean, if you give me a reason to hate you, I'll give you a reason to want to fight.
Right. Hey, I always ask this of the guests that we have in studio. Can you share a good street fight story with us?
Oh man!
Don't let us down either, because Stipe
not.
came pretty strong. It involved a snowball, and Ariane Celeste gave us one. So
Luke Rockhold.
Jessica Evil Eye's gotta have one.
My first fight actually ever that I ever got into was at a trailer park when I was like in like 8th grade.
What happened?
And
set it up.
It's so funny. Okay, so there was this girl, and she liked my brother, and I was like I'm such a protective, like I'm the middle of children, so like I have a younger brother and an older brother, so I'm super protective of both of them.
Which one did she like, the older or the younger?
She liked my older brother,
All
Randy, tall, dark, and handsome. So, he was like, she was trying to hang out with him. They had like one of those dance clubs, the Grind or whatever. And she was like, oh, I'm going to go over and I'm going to dance with your brother. And of course I was like 15 years old and I was like, no, you're not. Like, excuse me? You're not. You stay away from my brother.
Right. But hold on. Let me jump in here. To be fair, wasn't Randy kind of down for that, to go to the grind with a chick?
I mean, yeah, I think so, but like she just, she wasn't.
Was Randy giving you the look like, take it easy?
Yeah,
I'm
no,
down with those.
He was kind of like, man, this girl.
Oh, I see. All right. So you step in and then what?
So anyway, we end up stepping in. We're at the place. She ends up like arguing with us. We like kind of had some words or whatever. So like I end up going back to my friend's house that night, and her name was Tammy Poto. Well, her mom was like the cool mom. You know what I mean? Like we're 15. Like I remember she used to let us drive her van and stuff. Like she was the cool mom. So anyway, we get back that night, nothing happens. The next day, she like calls my friend Tammy, and she was like talking all this trash to her. And we're in a trailer park, so of course it's kind of getting heated at this point. So, anyways, I'm like, well, come down. I was like, you think you're so tough? Come on down. So she comes down. We're exchanging a little bit of words. Well, my friend's mom was like out the trailer park window with a video camera. Okay, nice. With a video camera, like holding it, like, oh my gosh, this is great. So anyways, a few words kind of exchanged, and I threw the first punch. I was able to get her to the ground, and I know this is so terrible, but like, I beat the snot out of her, you guys. And then someone's like, oh my God, you guys stop fighting. Some lady came running over, and like she got up, like acting all hard, like, oh yeah, like meet me on the other side of the street. We'll finish this. And I'm like, all right, sweetheart, I just laid about 5 punches by holding your hair,
What's on the other side of the street? A tank?
Well,
you just beat her up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, and I think she wanted to give like a second chance. So, anyways, we went back in. We like watched the video. She was like yelling from the other street. She's like, "Come on, like you think you're so tough, Jess? You think you're so tough?" So I was like, "All right, fine, let's go back out. We'll do this again." Well, of course, like we're arguing back and forth, girls doing girl things, and she ends up trying to throw a punch at me, and I think that's when I knew I was like a fighter. I like dodged and like came up and just like got in a front headlock, and I was like.
And And this was at 15, so you've had skills for a while then.
I was, you know what? It's my brothers, man. My older brother used to like hold me down and like do like the spit thing. He'd like hold me down and like do like little spit drops. I'm like, no, Randy, don't. My older brother, like, man, I'm gonna get up and beat the crap out of you. So it was always, that's how it was in life for me. I was always like the smaller one, but I was always the one that was ready to fight back if I needed to.
That was a good story.
You
are a good addition to the Ultimate Fighting Championship. You have a lot of personality. I mean, going back to that interview a long time ago, I told Greg this. I was like, wow, man. I'm glued to her every word.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
That's cool. I have fun. I feel like I have some fun stories. I think I try to live life.
It's the way you express yourself, and you engage the listener. I think people are listening in going, you know what? I really had no interest in the fight as far as like who I'm rooting for, but now I'm on Team I.
Yeah, well, that's a cool thing. I'm a normal person. Believe me, I'm just like everybody else.
Yeah, no doubt. Did you play any other sports?
Oh yeah, I was like a sports fanatic. So like I did basketball, I did softball, I raced BMX for a little bit. Soccer was like my main sport, man. I love soccer, and that was in high school that like I really found myself in understanding soccer, and I was able to make like all PCL like player of the year and stuff like that. And I mean, I would have played anything. Like I definitely would have done football if that would have been an option or something else.
What position did you play in soccer?
I was a left forward or a left mid or center mid.
Oh, nice.
So I was always obviously, I had a great left foot, which I'm right-handed, but it's also too like my left punch is kind of like my most devastating punch that I always put on people. But I love soccer. Like still to this day, like I always try to get on a co-ed team when I can, or like if someone needs me to fill in. Like it's such a cool sport. I think that most people like they don't give it as much recognition as it deserves.
Oh, we love it.
Who's your favorite team?
Manchester United. I know them. Well, my brother, and I both obviously really like them, but we're our Irish fans too.
You just cracked my top 5 all-time favorite fighters just by choosing that team.
Oh man, you know what?
That's my favorite team.
Really?
You know who else likes Manchester United?
Who?
Phil Nurse, the Muay Thai instructor or Muay Thai coach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's his team too.
I actually got a real jersey shipped in from there, and it was so crappy because it was too big for me, and I had to give it to my younger brother, which like breaks my heart because every time I see it, I'm like, that should be on me. Mm-hmm. That is my. It was
too tight or too.
No, it was too big. It was too big. They sent me a medium.
The baggy look, right?
Well, but it was too long. You know what I mean? The jerseys are long. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Was it personalized or was it like Rooney or what did it say on it?
No, it was
just
it was just their blue and red one that they sent over, and it was actually one of my sponsors. They're like one of their media people.
You know that guy?
Yeah,
they're
my they're actually those are my sponsors.
A lot of people feel friendly with you. They're winking and waving.
Right?
And
yeah, man. Like, well, I don't know who the other guys were, but no, a lot of people came out, and we got probably about 40 people that came out from Cleveland to support me.
Are they all kind of like enough already? We got to go to Giuseppe's or?
No. Well, we already kind of planned.
At?
7-ish. I think we're 7 o'clock.
7-ish. Okay.
Well, we're all leaving here about 7 to head over that way. But I already sent them over because like I love my family. I love my friends, but they get so hyped up that like it's kind of nice. Like I'm with Greg and I'm gonna leave with my coach. Like we'll be the last ones to kind of roll in and they can calm down because they get just as hyped for weigh-ins. Like.
We heard them.
I know, right? Weren't they crazy? I'm telling you, that's my Puerto Rican friends and my Italian friends. Like, they will scream and just, they're going to be heard. They're going to be heard, so.
Do they have a name? Your legion of fans, like the hardcore?
We got Janae, Evie, Shannon, Mindy.
Well, no, I know they all have individual names. But I'm saying.
They're the believers. They're
is that what you call them?
We call the I Clan, the I Nation.
The I Clan. I like that.
Yeah.
I Nation? Which one is it?
And we all came, well, we
What's it say? Fight and grind?
Well, no. This is my Straight Outta Cleveland T-shirt that they all were wearing. But we call ourselves the I Clan or the I Nation. Mm-hmm. We kind of go back and forth. I Nation is more with the fans. The I Clan are my immediate people that I always hang out with.
Where do you feel like you are in this whole pecking order? If you have a great performance on Saturday, defeat Alexis Davis, you grabbing that mic and saying, I'm next?
I don't call people out. You know what I mean? I'm a firm believer in that the right things happen at the right times. And hey, you know what? Like, if Dana wants me to fight, I'll be there and I'll be ready. You know, I didn't call anybody out when I got into MMA. I went in and I did it and I earned my way here. Like, that's not. I don't just have 7 fights. You know, I don't just have 11 professional fights. I had an amateur pedigree, and I worked my way up for this moment. Like, and I'm not gonna do it. I do trash talking other females. Like, you want to fight? Let's settle it. Let's meet in the sandbox and let's do it.
Meet on the other side of the street.
Yeah, right. Right on the other side of the street.
That is pretty funny. So there's 40 people coming out.
Oh yeah, there's 40 people here tonight that we're all going to dinner with.
All from Cleveland. And Stipe's out here. That's pretty cool, man. That's a teammate there.
My other teammate, RJ Buck, is out here too. But my team, like, they're amazing, man. We have a different camp out there too, and I don't think people like kind of give us the recognition we deserve, which is fine because it's nice to fly under the radar. But we're so close. Like, Stipe has a tattoo on his back. I have a tattoo on my back. My head coach Marcus, and like I could say another like 15 people that says Strong Style Fight Family, and it's real. You know what I mean? Like, we all have our own families, but every day, like, we're here for each other. Like, I went out for Stipe's fight in Chicago. I've been to other ones like that, and I'm glad that we're able to open the doors for like our amateur team. You know what I mean? Like, we're able to give that light, or maybe they'll look into our camp a little bit more to pull from there.
It's all the same tattoo?
Yep, it's all the same tattoo, all down the back.
If somebody wants to get that tattoo, they have to go through something? Like, do you guys have to approve that person?
Oh yeah, and it takes time. I mean, there's this guy named Jeff Cox. He actually fought in the UFC
just before your show starts.
And he's kind of like the one that says you're allowed to get it. Like, I'll never forget, like, when I was told I was allowed to get mine, it was like right after I fought for my amateur title, and he was like, Jessica, we're going for a run. And I was like, oh my God, okay. So like, as we're going through the run, he was like, I think you've earned this. I think you've earned the tattoo. I think you've proven your worth here at this gym, that you are a true warrior and you deserve it, you know? So I ended up getting it in December of like 2009.
Same
And
spot?
Strong Style?
Yep, it's all of it. They're kanji symbols down our back. Well, old style Japanese actually is what it is.
That's right.
But it says
like
Strong
Sons of
Style.
Anarchy, huh?
Right, it
little
says
bit.
strong. I mean, we're kind of. I guess it's kind of cultish. I mean, some people might say that, but we're just, you know, we believe in each other, man. And there's something that helps everybody. You know, I mean, sometimes when family's not there, you know, or whenever, you know, your boyfriend or girlfriend can't be there, and you know your teammates got your back, it's like a whole different, because they don't have to. Family that you end up reconciling with, boyfriends, girlfriends, you know, you end up reconciling with, but like teammates, it's a choice. Like, I don't have to love you. It's my choice to love you.
Do you ever call him Stipe Music? That's what I call him.
I call him
He
Steppy,
gave me permission, by the way.
I call him Steppy, Stipey. Usually he's big guy.
Big guy?
Yeah, just big guy.
He's a pretty cool cat. I met him for the first time as well today. Very impressed.
You missed it a minute ago. He was doing like the elevator up and down, and I kept seeing his face. So like, we all kind of mess with each other. Like, if there's interviews, like,
What was the elevator?
he was doing like up and down,
Oh,
like
right here?
elevator.
I
Yeah,
missed
right
it.
here.
Why didn't you nudge me?
Because I was laughing. I think he's back sitting over there. But yeah,
I've seen the staircase when people go
No,
down.
he was up and down like this.
Tell me something about Stipe that a lot of people wouldn't know, that, you know, something cool or
Dude, he's so funny. Well, he has. I don't know if he's gonna get mad at me for saying this, but he has a Borat thong. You ever
Does he?
seen like
That
the
green
one?
one?
Yes, because he
What?
said like, okay, yet again, remember, we come from like a team where we love each other and we, you know, mess with each other. So like, we'll do like funny videos and like we Brian Rogers one time, like, Marcus had never seen like a coarse brush, and Marcus is like, what is this brush? And we're like, it's Brian Rogers' brush, you know, it's for his beard. So like, we always mess with each other. So like, there's a YouTube video out there where Marcus is like, so whose brush is this? And like, we just make funny videos with each other all the time. So Stipe, he actually was messing with me before one of my my Ring of Combat title fight. He ended up, my one coach gets so mad. Joe Delgay gets so mad about us like messing around during sparring. Like, he's so tense. He's so like, all right, guys, like, this is what you're doing. Well, Stipe came out and like basically like I don't know, was it a girdle? It's not where you put your actual cup in, but it's like where your butt's exposed. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm like turned around, like getting ready for the rounds. Marcus looks at me and he's like, just don't laugh. All right, just don't laugh. And Joe's kind of looking like, what? Well, here comes Stipe holding a ring card with that on, walking like this, like walking through.
Wow.
Yeah. Marcus is like, and of course, I'm like, Stipe, why are you doing this in between my rounds right now, man? He's like, we need a ring guy every once in a while.
That's
the
funny.
second time we've heard that today, too.
I know, yeah.
About a ring guy.
Ring guys, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just for the female fights.
I mean,
No.
No, I mean, to be honest, like I'm not on that whole thing either. Like I think that you should just stick with, you know, the beautiful women that they have and just stick with that. I mean, look, this sport is male dominant. All right, we don't need to start sticking males in there and then end up getting all, you know, uncomfortable and stuff like that. So I think we stick with the pretty ladies, make these guys happy.
What song are you gonna walk out to?
Man, should I tell them? I can't tell you guys.
Oh, it's a secret?
Yeah, because it's gonna. Let me just say, like, I'm an 80s girl. Like, people always tell me I'm an
I like
old
the
soul.
80s.
So, like, I'm always coming out. Every song I've ever came out to. When I came out to Kashmir against Zoila, to when, you know, I came to Immigration Song, you know, by Led Zeppelin, also to, you know, if you listen to the music, it tells a story, and you'll understand me a little bit more. The Immigration Song was about me migrating to a different life, and that's, you know, how he talks about Valhalla and, you know, everything in the song. So this next one will be awesome. I can't wait. And I'll tell you guys offline.
Sweet.
I'll tell you guys
I can't
offline.
wait.
But I can't. I'm not telling the listeners. You gotta listen in tomorrow. You gotta understand where I'm coming from.
We'll be watching.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure to get to know you on the phone, now in person, and thanks for doing our show.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for having me.
Hope you fill up with some nice, big old Italian food. I'm envious. We still got to interview a couple of clowns, you know, that are Liverpool fans. I forget, whatever. I'm not really looking forward to it, but I got roped into it. There he's right behind there.
George,
I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like
Is
to say?
that Duke? That's
yeah,
Duke
it is.
over there. What's up, Duke? Hi.
Don't talk to him. He's a Liverpool fan.
Oh,
We're Manchester United.
I know, but he's a good dude.
But hold on a second.
I know,
he's
right?
Liverpool. That
So,
cancels
okay,
out the cool
listen,
dude thing.
Then you know we should play the game. Remember Butts Up?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to settle with some Butts Up.
We might have to, huh?
We're gonna have to see, you know, who can juggle the ball, and if you can't, Butts Up. If you can't juggle, then you got to stand up. Grab your ankles. We're kicking soccer balls at you.
I like it. Hey, is there anything you'd like to say to your fans or anything you want to plug before we let you go?
Man, I definitely want to plug, you know, my sponsors are awesome. Good Greens, the Sterl's Country House, which is actually holding my after party, or not my after party, my watch party out there in Cleveland. You know, Death Throne, who actually came through, they made a huge sponsorship to my father for as sick as he's been. If you don't know, my dad's got stage 4 brain cancer called glioblastoma. So they made a huge donation. And we're
I saw that. You met the goal, right?
Yeah, man, we met it, which is so
Very
awesome.
cool.
I mean, my dad's first surgery was $108,000. So we're going to get this all worked out.
And the auction's done from what I saw.
I
Okay.
pulled it down, and, you know, we're going to maybe run something else right now, but, you know, I feel like I should just focus on getting the first set of things done. He just finished up chemo and radiation, and he is here. Like, I want to get some of this stuff taken care of. I appreciate how willing and how giving everybody's been, but let's start here first and get some of these bills paid, and we'll kind of go through it. But Haas Auto Mall and Defense Soap, man. Defense Soap has always been on board, you know, with me. And like I said, Haas before, they're always hooking everybody up with cars at the gym when someone comes in to train. And I don't know if I mentioned Good Green bars, but they're awesome. They're like nutrition bars and stuff like that. So
And you're awesome. Thanks for doing the
Yeah,
show.
you
Good
guys
luck
are sweet,
against
man.
Alexis Davis on Saturday night, and you definitely made a lot of fans
Thank you.
tonight and all throughout your career. You're a great ambassador for women's MMA.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right. So what we're gonna do is Go's gonna play the Borat music, and we'll see out Jessica Evil Eye.
Oh, that's right. She's going to tell us what the...
She's going to tell us exactly the walkout music. We're going to giggle like schoolgirls and hold on to the secret. And then we're also going to take quick pictures. So we'll be right back, folks, in 3 minutes.